something new, and when I try something new I'll make a little video of it. And I hope I get the lighting right this time. These are stamps to die for, creative expressions, and they're from the Sue Wilson collection, sorry. And yeah, the creative, I've took the dies out, I'll show you them in a minute. And they're poinsettias, and I am ignorant, so they were dies. So what I've got in fact is, just put that out of the way, these little like rubberized things they are. I think they've got a sticky thing on the back where if you take it off you can put it onto one of these things here, which is it an acetate block? I don't know, I'm not quite sure, but I found them quite expensive, these. So what I've tried, I instead of buying, I'm not going to buy any more blocks, and I'm not going to start messing about taking the sticky off the back. I don't know how often I'm going to use them. They weren't all that expensive, but I pressed one out, the medium size one, the middle range one, and that's what I got from that. And they're a gorgeous thing. I'm using Memento Tuxedo, I hope I'm not dashing around for you, Tuxedo Black, and so that's one I did, and I just ran it along and it went further and further. That's just off one inking. So they're pretty good dies, but what I'm going to do, sorry, you've got 3 of them, sorry, 4, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 leaves, large, medium, smaller and tiny, and then you've got 2 little leaves at the side there. I haven't impressed the leaves to see what they look like, but I'm assuming that they're very good. And what I'm going to do is, I'll just move that out of the way. I've got 2 sheets of paper here, which is card, and it's I'm using Economy of Brighton. I got these from the internet. I got them from everything I get is from Amazon anyway, and these are from economyofbrighton.co.uk, and I think they're the cheapest you can buy. I don't pay a lot of money for anything that I do get. And that's the red one. I don't know what luster or colour it is or whatever, but I've got several types of green, and this the one I'm using is this one here, which is QD Supplies 50 sheets of 160 GSM card. So they're both card, and this is the green I've got. So those are the 2, that's what I'm using anyway. I don't usually tell people what I'm using, but I've made an effort this time. And so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to ink them up, and then I'm going to press them up in the paper, on the red, and the leaves on the green obviously, and then I'm going to cut them out. And I've got some little things, when I find them, as I go along I will find them, little things that are going to go through the middle, which I'll show you. This is I'm thinking standing on my feet again, and I've got no idea how it's going to turn out. But I'm going to cut them out. They look easy enough to cut out, so I don't think that's going to be all that complicated. It's going to be a long job, but you only need one for one thing, so if it's not successful I'll have to buy the for the amount I need, I might have to buy a die to do them properly, but I'll try cutting them out first, and if it works I'm only going to make 2 or 3 cards probably a year out of this, so it won't matter all that much, and they'll last me forever, these. So it's my own fault. I made a mistake in getting them. Instead I got dies, I got stamps. So, but they're a quality impression. That's all you want really, and they'll last me for years, these. And as I say, they come in this little thing. Yeah, they come in a little box, that little packet like that. Shaded poinsettia they're called. classic poinsettia, creative expressions, and they're made for Sue Wilson, designed for Sue Wilson. Anyway, I'll stop there, and then I'll just ink them up with my pad, and then because I'm holding this with my hand and I'm thinking on my feet, so I might not put this on YouTube, and I've got no idea. But anyway, I'm just going to do that, and then I'll come back. Okay, well, second stage, and I've just cleaned it. I've inked up and I've cleaned it off with a baby wipe, and to keep them as long as I can. And the results were quite impressive, actually. And because they're like a rubbery in the middle, they take up all the undulations, and normally when I put a stamp on, there's no resiliency in the stamp, so it's just a direct, and they're quite hard. So when I put it on, if there's any imperfections in the surface that you're pressing it onto, you'll find that you get gaps. But these, there's no gaps at all. I'm quite impressed with them, really. And I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 good results there. The 2 leaves, you can see what I got for the 2 leaves, and they were small enough to go onto that little spare piece of paper that I'd used before to cut out a bauble. And I can keep my piece, because I'm quite frugal about what I do. I try and use the minimum and keep using it and using it. I keep everything. I usually find a use for everything. But anyway, this is the next stage, and what I'm going to do now is I'll go through the stages of cutting them out. Everybody can cut them out, so I'm not going to show you how I cut out. So I'm just showing you stage, and I'll show you what they look like once they've been cut out, and then I'll go on to I might go on to distressing them, and I can put a brad pin in the middle, but I'm thinking about putting some of them little things that the florists use, them little white things that they stick in the top, painting them some colour, or they might put a bit of acrylic paint on them or something else. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, so as I go along I'll let you know. So that's that stage. Well, I've cut the pieces out. I'll separate them all in a minute. I'll just put them together, because it's more difficult to put them together while they're separated. It takes longer than it is to take them apart and then just put them out to show you the pieces now they've been cut. But yeah, those are the bits and pieces. It's quite effective, and I've got yet to put the bits in the middle, and they've got, I suppose, I can make a decoupage out of that. Put the bits together, and a few leaves and a few extra. Might do a few extra leaves. I haven't thought about what I'm going to do. I'll put that on a white background just to make it stand out. But I'll separate them now just to show you what they actually look like when they're separated. Yeah, I did these with a little Olfa knife. Some of the parts needed cutting with an Olfa knife, but it wasn't too much of a bother. I cut so much with the scissors and then so much with the Olfa knife, especially the delicate bits in the base here, in the centre. Yeah, I'd have spent ages trying to put these together with one hand. That's why I did it the other way around. So those are the bits and pieces, and those greens are quite vivid against the red. They're quite attractive. Anyway, that's it. And yeah, the last bit I cut out with you can see there where I've been cutting and messing and things, but all it took was a pair of scissors, a little bit of patience, and an Olfa knife. That's it. I used my Olfa. I did have to use the Olfa knife. Well, I suppose I could have got away with a small pair of scissors. I haven't got any small scissors, so I tend to use my knife when I haven't got small scissors. But the girls do this much better than I do. I've seen the girls do this, and they do it in half the time. It takes me ages to do this because I'm an old FART. But yeah, so that's it I've done so far, and then I'll show you the bits and pieces I'm going to do in the next sequence. This is just another effect I'm trying. I'm just putting bits and pieces together. Nothing's glued up or anything. It's just fire for effect. and I think it's quite effective. Yeah, it's I'm really quite pleased with that. I'll put that on one of my cards, and I'll probably make 2 or 3 of these, and it's just to see what goes with what, and it seems to go with everything. It's very, very pleasant. So I might do it'll be a minimalistic card with a large flower on like that. I think I'm not going to put lots of extra bits and pieces on. I think it's something my daughter might like. But I've got to put a bit of shading in. I might put a bit of watercolouring on, and I've got to put a bit of glitter on. And yeah, and I'm going to use the pieces, spot pieces underneath the dimensions to raise it up and give it a decoupage effect. So that should be quite nice. I've put pearls in the middle, but that just gives you the idea about the little things that I'm going to stick in later on. I think they have about 3, 4, 5 of them, and I might just colour them, or I might not. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I'm still thinking about everything, but yeah, I'm quite pleased so far. So that's as far as I've got, and I think the next thing you'll probably see is it all stuck together and me putting it on a card. Well, this is the hardest part. Well, it is for me. Sussing out what I'm going to do. I've got no idea. I seem to do the same things over and over again. I'd like to do something to change, but the girls seem to do this in 2 minutes. It takes me blinking ages. I got some roses made up there and a couple of buds and things, but I don't really want to use them. I wanted it to be a poinsettia. Sorry, not a poinsettia. And I've stuck a green background on, and it's a little bit out of shape at the moment. Spend more time straightening up than I do anything else. Yeah, so, and I'm toying with a couple of ribbons. I've got a white ribbon at the back, and I've added a few more embellishments to make it look sort of complicated. When they look complicated at the back of flowers, they seem to look quite nice. And I've learned that you put flowers in 3s now. And I got some little bits of my friend, which you take off a roll. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they call them, but they didn't look anything, but they look quite nice on. They're little baubles, and I'm thinking about putting some glue and glitter in between them, red or green or something to make them stand out. And I put three little gems in the middle there. I don't know what they call them. Sort of little rhinestones, I think they're called. And I can't move it because it's not stuck. Well, the poinsettia's stuck, but the rest of it's not stuck down yet. I haven't finalised, but I'm trying to get a 3-dimensional effect. And I don't know whether to distress that or not. I might spoil it if I distress it, and I'm not quite sure. And I'm going to put a bit of glitter around the edges of the leaves. I think that makes it stand out a bit as well. I'll try that, but I think I'll forgo them. I don't think I want them on. They look a bit too old-fashioned for me. They're pretty things, but they're a little bit old-fashioned on a card nowadays. For modern cards, I don't know. They don't seem to put them on anymore for some reason. I don't know why, but they don't. When I was a kid, roses was a big thing. If it was a rose on a card, it was a lovely card. But nowadays, they don't seem to bother. And I put a green behind that tonic dye there, and I cut a bit of green out, so it's noticeable. It is noticeable, but anyway, it's not finalised. It's I'm still toying with it at the moment. So yeah, and I was very pleased with the way that poinsettia came out actually. Poinsettia, I must say poinsettia, it's poinsettia. And I've changed my mind about 100 times, which you normally do when you're not sure. And I absolutely aren't sure. I haven't even thought about the inside yet, and that's given me a headache. This is what takes the time. It's wondering what to do, and it's not even stuck down yet, it's not even prepared, I'm just in the process of, I'm still thunking, as I say, thunking. Anyway, I should stop there and add it onto them a little bit and have a look back and laugh at all this when I've done it. Okay, well, I've finished the card, part inside, and it came out rather well. It was just something I was trying, and these cards you've seen before, they're just ordinary cards, but this one's a special card. This one's for the wife. It's a decup. Decupark. I'll get it right in a minute. It's a decoupage by Craft Creations. Oh jeez. Yeah, by Craft. I'm sorry I'm moving around. I'm trying to. My legs aren't all that good. By Craft Creations, and it's this is yeah, this is DCD 529 Jigs of Tulips. And it was quite expensive, really. It was just one sheet and it was £2 something from Amazon, and I saw it somewhere else for 90 odd pence. So I'm going to hunt around on the internet. You can get better deals in places. So anyway, that's it, and you can see it's three-dimensional, and I've stuck a couple of my flowers on which way, 'cause she likes flowers, we're of that age. And yeah, I'm pleased with that one, but this one is one I made myself. That's actually made by myself, and this is made by Craft Creations, and you put it together and fiddle with it, and it didn't take all that long. So, and I put them over here. I haven't got a lot of good lighting, and it's quite late at the moment, so those are the 4 cards I've got. One for my son, one for my daughter, and one for the wife, and a spare in case somebody's crops up we don't know about. Oh, I've got one for my son, that's right, Christmas for my son, because he's coming down to pick up his bits and pieces, what we've got for him. So those are the cards that I've finished now, and I'll probably finish up by putting these on the internet because I'm quite pleased with them. They look quite pleasant. I haven't done the insides yet. I've got to do the insides for them yet and do that, and I might finish off this video by putting them on the inside. Anyway, I shall stop there, and yeah, I'll stop there. And if anybody's interested how you do these, I can tell you if you're interested. Not many people are, so I don't bother making them normally. Cards are better done by the girls. I just enjoy doing them, that's all, because it's about as much as I can do now. I can't walk around, I can't move around properly, and making soap is a bit of a challenge for me now because I've got to stand up for a while and mess about with pots and pans, and I aren't very good at that. So I haven't got there. I lose my temper. Anyway, I'll stop there. Well, approaching the final stages now. This is just about it. I've just about finished everything I'm going to do, and I'm trying to get the lighting right here, but I haven't got it. And that's a card for the wife, which you hadn't seen yet. She hasn't seen that one, and I've just put the sentiment inside. Put a few bits of baubles on, corboins or whatever they call them, and I've put a little pink interior, and little sentiment from me to the wife. And then this one I'd made already, and this one I'm giving to my son and my daughter-in-law, and this one's Gary and Tony. Yeah. So I've done virtually the same thing on the inside. And this one's to my daughter and my son-in-law. That was to me son and daughter-in-law, and this is to me daughter and son-in-law. Yeah. Yeah, I just can't get the light right here. Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm doing my best. And same kind of thing to Wendy and Dave. Wendy's my daughter, Mum and Dad, and that's it. I've got to put a couple of bits of logos on the back, but I'll do that in a minute. And I keep thinking I've finished and I haven't. Yeah, I'm trying to get the lighting right to show you what's what, but I aren't doing too well here, fortunately. So I had to put that one separate. Yeah. So I'll see if I can get a bit of better light on that. The light can't seem to change, I don't know. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with these. And that one's got the dimensional look to it. I'm not displeased. And Margaret doesn't know she's getting that one. But I showed her the other two and she seemed quite satisfied with them, so that one's much better quality. But not much better quality, and more money spent on it. That's all. Anyway, I'll stop there and just yeah, that's the final thing. Those are there. I'm not doing any more to them. I'm pretty proud of that one, because it was a mistake waiting to happen and it turned out okay, reasonably. I seem to be getting more things right than wrong at the moment. I was getting everything wrong and nothing right. Anyway, I shall stop there, and I don't suppose anybody will watch this, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, whoever's been watching, and if you want any pointers or or advice from an idiot, just leave me comments, and I'll do my best.